The San Angelo City Council backed down this morning and did not dismiss the Development Corporation Board's John Berriew. We'll have details. Tom Green County has a new judge. Plus, check out the first edition of Cooking with Live, featuring the Angry Cactus's Tim Condon. All that plus more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. And before we get started with the show, let me tell you about the best place in town for holiday shopping, and that would be Myers Drug and Boutique. There you can find great deals on a ton of Christmas items, including their new mud pie collection. Mud pie is top-of-the-line tableware that includes Christmas dishes, mugs, bowls, and more. You can't find a better Christmas gifts than mud pies. Go check them out today at Myers Drug and Boutique downtown. They are located at the corner of Chadbourne and Beauregard in the center of historic downtown San Angelo. You can shop there Monday through Friday 9 to 6 and then on Saturdays 10 to 2. See more at myersdrug.com. Topping local news, City Councilman Tommy Ebert single-handedly called off the public shaming of a longtime city volunteer Tuesday morning. The regularly scheduled meeting of the San Angelo City Council called for the evaluation, discipline, or dismissal of City of San Angelo Development Corporation Vice Chairman John Berriew. The punitive action was to be conducted in executive session behind closed doors, but Berriew's name and range of his pending punishment was prominently printed on the public agenda. Berriew receives no compensation for sitting on the Development Corporation Board. Cosa DC was the scene of a public flare-up when Board Vice Chair Berriew made a series of allegations that the board on which he serves, that also manages the half-cent sales tax revenue, was not being run in accordance with state statutes. Berriew also claimed that the city staff was skimming money from the corporation to finance city staff salaries by overcharging the corporation for payroll, legal, and accounting services. Berriew is in effect a whistleblower. In apparent retaliation for the discussion led by Berriew during the September 28th Cosa DC board meeting, his name was placed on the City Council agenda for today, suggesting he needed to be disciplined. Berriew said it was an attempt to defame him. Although the damage was done, only one city councilman would speak up, and it was Tommy Hebert. Hebert proposed that the agenda item be removed. Surprisingly, no other council members objected. Let's watch. And that video was not available right now. We'll plug it into this so you can see it on the San Angelo Live later tonight. What does that mean, though? Well, when the Cosa DC meets again on November 16th, Vice Chair John Berriew will likely still be on the board. City officials backed down. Councilman Ebert represents Single-Member District 1, the area mostly around Lake Nasworthy and Bentwood. Also, the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office on Tuesday released information on a child predator sting that resulted in 3 arrests. 21-year-old Isaac Mojica and Max Kiefer, along with 20-year-old William Hoke, were all arrested by sheriff's deputies over the last few days for crimes against children. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children played a crucial role in the arrest. All of these men used social media to prey on children, so reminder, be aware of what your children are doing behind the keyboard. And this morning, Tom Green County officially has a new county court at law judge. Andrew Graves, a local attorney that you will be seeing on the November ballot, has been sworn in as judge, County Court at Law number 2. Graves is running unopposed and has replaced retiring Judge Penny Roberts. Here is video from that swearing in this morning.
Including some of our friends from some of my former judges in Fort Worth. We've got people who've come from out of town to be here, great supporters, everybody in this room. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Graves will serve as the County Court at Law number 2 judge. This court handles everything bigger than Justice of the Peace courts, but then smaller than the district courts. That would be a majority of Class A and Class B misdemeanors, civil claims, and probates and other matters. In national news, a very famous rapper was killed while shooting dice in front of a Houston bowling alley overnight. Two-time Grammy nominee Takeoff from the rap group The Migos was shot and killed around 2:30 this morning. There was a graphic video taken, and you can see that on San Angelo Live's homepage. Migos are famous for their album, The Culture, which featured their top song, Bad and Bougie. The final week of Texas high school football is here, and with that, teams are fighting for playoff spots. For one exciting matchup, here's Cover 1 analyst James Bellini.
It's not for district championship, but both these Eagle teams are getting into a dogfight this Friday in what should be one of the great games this weekend. El Dorado and Sterling City are on a collision course and are playing for a better playoff spot. Both teams have the same district record, 3-2, and both have actually lost the same teams, Wink and McCamey. Sterling City moved up from 6-man to 11-man, and El Dorado had to replace several key starters who graduated and also have a new head coach. Regardless, seeing what these teams have accomplished is really impressive. Both coaches echoed the same thing when I spoke to them earlier today, and that's they both have to control the ball and not make mistakes. Coach Tuttle with El Dorado recognizes Sterling City's speed and that they're a pretty good physical team. Coach Cisco with Sterling City talked about El Dorado's size, and that's something that's given them problems this season. What is sure to fuel these guys is their playoff seeding. The fourth place team will end up playing the Albany Lions, and the third place team could take on a familiar foe, the Miles Bulldogs, should they win this week against the Cross Plain Buffaloes. If you can't make it out to El Dorado, Cover 1 will be there at the game, and we'll have exclusive coaches interviews, scores from the area games, highlights, and more, so tune in to Cover 1 on San Angelo Live at 4, 8, and 10 o'clock for updates when the Eagles go to war this Friday.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Condon's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Condon's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Condon stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Condon's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Welcome back to the show. We have an extremely special guest here today as the executive chef and owner of the Angry Cactus. Everybody knows him as Mr. Tim Condon.
Hello, Matt. How are you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm ready to have some fun. Right. This is our first cooking segment on Daily Live, but we plan on doing these a little more often, but we're going to start a little simple today to kind of crank it off. Yeah. And so tell them, what are we making?
All right, well, so this is a big staple down at the Angry Cactus. This is one of our most popular desserts, and this is the classic Bananas Foster. What New Orleans made real famous, we do at the Angry Cactus every night, and we flambe it right in front of your table. And so it's a really awesome dish, and it's one of my absolute favorites.
All right, we're going to tell them what we got first. We got some butter.
Yeah, right? So we start off, this is a fat-free dessert, as you can tell, so we start off with butter. And this is also a carb-free dessert, so we put a little bit of brown sugar with that butter, and we call it a healthy dessert.
That mixture right there, I mean, you can't go wrong. If you have butter and brown sugar in any kind of dessert, it's going to be good. So, this is a very simple meal, you said. It's something that is only going to take a couple of minutes and can be whipped up fairly fast.
Yeah. This is a great dessert for making at home if you have a good insurance policy, because we will be playing with fire. But a very simple dish and one of my absolute favorites. So what we do is we take some butter, some brown sugar, and begin kind of melting those down. And we add some bananas here. These are cut in 1 inch strips, kind of to keep their integrity, keep their thickness. Okay. And what we want to do is kind of lightly cook those. And we're just gonna kind of get a little bit of caramelization. I try not to touch them too much, but we want to get a little bit of caramelization, a little bit of heat on those, and kind of almost fry them in a certain way on the outside.
These things are cooking. I mean, we got this thing on what, like a medium to high? I mean,
it's almost high.
This thing is, I mean, it's going, because you want to cook it pretty quickly. I guess you got to caramelize those bananas.
Exactly. So I'm going to let you give the fire a head start. So I'm going to take that fire water,
Here we go.
and what you're going to do is dump about half of it, and dump about half of it in there right away, and watch out.
Before we do, Tim, what's in this little thing? I mean,
So we're using a little Everclear and a little bit of banana liqueur for this. It gives a nice spark, but also gives some good flavor.
Here we go. Ready?
1, 2, 3. There you go. And whoa, be careful. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's called fire right there, right? And so we have
was on fire.
That's how you do it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to allow this fire to kind of start to emulsify the sugars.
Oh my
and
God.
As you can tell, we put a little extra fire for a little bit of theatrical flair.
I love it. This is exactly what we need right here.
But as you can see, I start to form this nice, milky, kind of like foamy caramel. And that's really the key to this dessert, is making sure that we develop that.
Yeah, James, just get a close look at this. I mean, yeah, you can see the caramelizing on those things as it's cooking. I mean, it's crazy. It's really thickening up as this thing is going down.
And so what we're going to do is, once that kind of becomes caramelized and you can kind of see that beautiful kind of caramel color, we're going to pour that right over some vanilla ice cream right there. Look at that monster. And at the Angry Cactus, we have this beautiful hemp seed granola that we use. And that's a little bit for some texture, but a little crunch. And we just put a little bit of that over the top. And there you have it, a little Bananas Foster flambe tableside. And this is just a beautiful little dish that you can have for dessert, and it's delicious. And you got a spoon right there, Matt. We'll have to, of course, certify it San Angelo Live perfect. But let's go ahead and dig in and see.
I'm in, man. I mean, this may be the best. Oh my gosh.
Got to get a little bit of everything, the banana, the liqueur, and then, of course, the ice cream.
Sorry, I'm a little pumped.
You're good.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to that one, brother.
Sweet, good amount of sweetness, right? The richness, the banana flavor, amazing.
Hey.
So, beautiful
Dude,
dish.
that's like if you get like banana pudding on crack.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And that's one of those things that we have all the time at the Angry Cactus, but it's so delicious.
I'm gonna go for it again. I mean, come on, dude. This thing is awesome. All right, Tim. So this is we got you on for this, but we also want to plug some of your other stuff, guys. God, this is Banana Foster. So. Got a couple of things coming up.
Yeah, so at Angry Cactus, we do special events all the time, and we've got some really two cool events coming up. On Tuesday, November 15th, we have a Bogle wine dinner.
Yep.
That is going to be J.D. Johns from Napa Valley coming in. It's a 5-course meal. Call the restaurant to get reservations.
What are you expecting kind of on that menu? I know, of course, the wines, but what kind of we pairing with?
Yeah, so we're going to do a really cool gorgonzola brulee for the first course. Second course is going to be a sea scallop. Third course is this beautiful pork shank that we do, and then we're doing some antelope for the fourth course, and then a nice spice cake with pumpkin for the 5th course. So it's going to be a really, really good.
And the spice cake, that's kind of right around this time of the year. Is when
exactly.
You kind of want that, but antelope, that sounds
Flavor
pretty
of the
good.
fall.
Now the next one, you went on a little vacay not too long ago. You went down to Cabo. I think most of us, if we follow Tim on Facebook and stuff, you're going to see all those pictures and stuff, but not only did you bring back pictures, you brought back what you wanted to bring to an experience for the people of San Angelo, and kind of tell us about the taste of Cabo San Lucas.
Exactly. I think part of the amazing part of being a chef is you get to travel around the world and kind of experience different types of cuisine. And so we went to Cabo San Lucas, and I made 5 of my favorite dishes that we found in Cabo. And so we're going to do a little ceviche with yellowfin tuna. We're going to do an amazing coconut shrimp dish, which is, of course, Cabo's known for the seafood.
Yep.
And then we've got a beautiful green mole that I'm going to do with some yardbird, which is also known as chicken. And then an amazing flan to finish it out, and it'll be paired with tequila, of course. So it's going to be a really, really fun time. That's December 14th.
You got to have a little Patron, little Don Julio, something. I mean, if you're going to be in Cabo, so that's awesome. Well, Tim, shout out one more time for the Bananas Foster, because this is awesome. One of probably the best desserts I've had, especially here in the office, that's for sure. But, thanks for coming on. And, of course, y'all be on the lookout for those events on our event calendar for, of course, the Taste of Cabo San Lucas and the wine dinner as well. Guys, this is Tim Condon, and this has been the first edition of Cooking with Live.
Hey folks, Todd Price from Jim Bass Ford. Have you noticed the last couple of years cars and trucks have been overpriced? Well, not anymore. At Jim Bass, we have a slew of F-150s priced around $4,000 off MSRP. And my Uncle Perk used to tell me, Todd, opportunities are never lost. Somebody takes the ones you miss. Don't y'all miss this one. Jim Bass Ford, Houston Hart and Hardin Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
And we survived our first episode of Cooking with Live. The studio smells fantastic. Bananas Foster is something else. You have to check that out at the Angry Cactus. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.